Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skyazrael.com. Let's talk about working out. But I want to talk about how we store emotional negativity in our muscles. We can store all kinds of trauma from our past, anxieties, depression, fear, shame, guilt, anger. The whole negative spectrum of emotions can be stored, physically stored, like you store food in your freezer. It can be stored in your muscles. This is where some people's bad posture comes from. You might have hunched up shoulders, maybe walking around with your neck all out. Some of that may be just lack of muscle development. As you get in the gym and as you work out, your posture gets better. But there's this emotional content, this emotional connection that our muscles have. A lot of people who just start off in the gym will experience this. You may have flusters of emotion that you don't understand, that just come up out of nowhere as you're on a bench press, or as you're doing your flies, or whatever exercise that you're doing. We store a lot of emotions in our back. We store them in our legs, in our hips, in our chests. Yoga is a good technique to stretching, to activate your muscles and to release. As you stretch, you can be releasing stored up energy. But working out is a great way to do this, a great way to get rid of, to expel the energy that you've stored up, the negative energy that you've stored up. You want to replace that negative energy with positivity. So as you're working out, you may notice that you're going through an emotional roller coaster ride. You may feel angry one moment. You may feel fits just out of nowhere of weakness, of sadness, of depression, of anxiety. If I have spent a long time away from the gym, a week or two, that's a long time for me. And then I get back in the gym first thing after I've been gone for a week or two. I notice this. I'll notice the weakness stored up in me, and I have to push that weakness out, emotional weakness. The physical act of pushing the weight can release that energy, but you want to add an element to this where you use positive affirmations to replace the negativity, so you're not just pouring out a vessel of its content. You're simultaneously pouring it out of what's rotten in there, what's not serving you. That's a better way to put it, from what's not serving you. Weakness does not serve us. And as you're pouring that out, you're filling that vessel up with positivity, with love, with self-love. So what I noticed today when I was at the gym, because I took a week off, I was sick, we had a hurricane, the gym was closed. I gave myself a bunch of excuses to take a week off. I got back in the gym this morning, first thing, and I felt weak. I had this narrative in my head, just in general, of I can't do this. And it wasn't just the weight. It felt like life. I can't do this. Life is hard. Life is too hard. It's too hard for me. All this negativity started coming up. You got to push through it. Push through it. Let that negativity leave you. Let the fear leave you. Replace it with strength. Replace it with self-love. So I didn't want to be in the gym this morning. It was uncomfortable. It felt painful. And as I'm pushing that weight, I'm imagining all that bitch, weakness, negativity, I'm imagining it leaving my body. And I tell myself a positive affirmation: I can handle anything that comes my way. I specifically target the fear, the negativity that is playing its way out in my brain. I try to address it. I try to listen to it at first and to understand it, and then I attack it with its opposite. If you're not feeling good enough, if you're not feeling choosable, you're feeling lonely, you don't feel like you're worthy of love, of being chosen, tell yourself, I love you. With each rep, you are choosable. I choose you. This type of stuff is proven to work. It's proven. We have to physically expel the weakness from our bodies. And when you exercise, when you work out, obviously it's a process of strengthening, physically strengthening through repetition. It doesn't matter the weight that you're using. What matters is the form and the time under tension. That time under tension, that stress on your muscle, is exactly what you need in order to release that energy. But just don't forget your positive affirmations. This is why in many of my videos I talk about getting to know yourself, quieting the mind, so you can hear the true inner you and have a relationship with that real you. I try to connect with the real me when I'm working out and get rid of all those other voices. That's one of the reasons why I don't listen to music. I don't need the external motivation. I want that battle in my head. I want to fight the battle in my head. I don't need to escape from the thoughts. I need those thoughts so I know how to get rid of that weakness. Because for me, the gym is about addressing weakness humbly and honestly, taking a good look at ourselves, and then doing what it's necessary to get rid of it, to be stronger. This is one of the reasons why I put every single person that I coach and mentor, every one of them, and I don't care if you're 90 or 9, I don't care how old you are, every person that I fuck with gets on a workout program. And this mind, body, and soul messaging that we're always engaged in is involved in every single thing you do. Some people get this idea of how we store negativity inside our bodies. Some people don't. I'll give you some reading if you guys want to read about this. I'm reading a book right now about this exact topic. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. This guy, Bessel van der Kolk, he has a lot of stuff on YouTube, actually. You can put that name into YouTube and go find lots of speeches and lots of talks that he gives on this topic. It's very fascinating. Every single day, we need to not only just work on mind, body, and soul in order to get through, in order to become stronger, but make the connection between mind, body, and soul. And when you use your positive affirmations in order to expel your weakness while you're in your workout, you are engaged in some high evolutionary activity where you're engaging both your mind and your body in the same time. It's all food for thought. Thanks for watching.